You're listening to the SS Experience on S&G.
Let's go ahead and get into it.
Recording in progress.
What up, though? You listen to the SS Experience, streamed on the SMG Podcast Network app. Download the SMG Podcast Network app on all your Apple devices. Android, I'm getting to you. You can listen to the SS Experience wherever you get podcasts, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and always the usual suspects, Spotify and the iHeartRadio app. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, re-rate, re-review, re-subscribe, download, unsubscribe, subscribe. Do that process over and over and over again so the algorithm can think that we popping out here in these digital streets. It's Wednesday. Glad for y'all to be here on a Wednesday. The rest of the podcast crew, they're going to filter in as they filter in. I just wanted to hit the record button. I just wanted to go in because we have a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of topics, a lot of stuff to get into, and we're not going to take up too much of your time like we always do, but we're going to definitely, get into it the way that, we get into it or whatever. All right, so we did work the mic thing out, but let me try to bring it a little bit closer to me without it being in the camera. There we go. Now we starting to look a little bit better on them levels. I was looking at the levels like, damn, why I look like I'm not even like talking for real. So I was probably sounding trash over the instrumental because I don't have headphones on because I need I forget the 3/4. It's the longer adapter for these headphone jacks in here. And the one that actually does fit, a little one, doesn't work. So pretty much screwed up on that. I don't know why I got that phone on over there, but definitely a foul. Good thing nobody's in here to charge me $1. Because, we don't like having devices and stuff on. Because, people will be mad at me. Like, yo, I tried to call you. Shit, I was in the station. I was recording. I was doing the show. Mad as hell. You know what I mean? Because they were trying to get in contact with me for, something that was important to them. I'm not going to say it wasn't important, but I don't really know, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and get it with the shits, though. So, Baltimore is crazy. A boat, and that's and using the word boat is really saying it mildly. A big ass boat crashed into a bridge. Now, when I first seen the video, it just looked like the bridge just collapsed, because we've seen that before. In Atlanta, that happened on I-85. In Philadelphia, the bridge fell. I mean, now it fell. Let's just say the least. It wasn't too much crazy stuff going on. Nothing really made the bridges in those other two scenarios fall, but we know that the bridges fell. So I'm thinking, dang, the bridge then fell, and a boat was under it. Ain't that a bitch? Then you watch another angle of it, which is a little bit more straight on. You're like, oh, hell no, the boat ran into that motherfucker. And that bridge just fell like cards. And I'm just looking at that thing like, what the fuck happened? Now, everyone's first thoughts went to terrorism. Come on, man. Why does, when something bad happens, we automatically go to terrorism? Shit just happens. I mean, we're stupid within our own country. First, you want to say prayers out to everyone. Everyone. Because a lot of lives have just been affected by this. Now, the boat lost power. A couple of other video angles you'll see that the boat is moving. The lights cut off. They cut back on. They cut off again. Smash into the pillar. And then that's when everything goes to shit. The conversation that I want to have, not necessarily about, because we're not bridge experts here, so we're not going to give you, was the bridge stable enough? And no, we don't know. We don't want to partake in all of that. But think about this for a second. You're just driving, and the bridge just collapsed under you over water. Like, that's the shit that's like insane, because they can't find anybody. Now, the reports was like they was looking for like 7 people. So I'm like, damn, well, how can you calculate 7 people? You don't know how many cars was on the bridge. You don't know how many people was in per car. Like, how do you just throw out 7 out there? Oh, we looking for 7 people. Come to find out, on the bridge, they was doing construction on the bridge. So now it's like, oh, so there was workers on the bridge and this whole thing fell. You wonder, like, did y'all see the boat coming? Or again, depends on how well you know the bridge. You're probably thinking that the boat is just going under the do of this thing. But I don't know, like, did the boat El Barco, did it honk? Did it honk the horn or anything? Because it's a 1.6 mile bridge, and the part of the bridge that collapsed was basically, I think it's probably like a 8-part bridge, where like 2 of the parts are more closer, 4 because it's 2 on each side. 4 of the parts might be closer to land. So it's basically the 2 big pillars that's holding up a major portion of that. Bridge hit that, everything fell. So I don't know if they could have ran fast enough. Now, they did say that they saved 2 people. One was good. He was like, I'm straight. And the other person was kind of fucked up. But they saved their lives. They just didn't get a chance to tell them, like, hey, bro, did you know that you was just like, that you almost died on a bridge? They ain't let nobody know all of that stuff yet. So, but the conversation that I want to have is more or less like a downer, to say the least, because like I said, you're driving on a bridge, the bridge crumbles under you, and it's like, what the fuck? And you just basically fall to your demise. Unless you're thinking of unlocking the door, or cracking the window, whatever. You don't know because you don't know. It just makes you question, not even question, it just really makes you realize how precious life is. Because that incident could have happened to anybody at any time. Like, imagine, like, now, if you don't know, it happened at 1:30 in the morning. I think it was on like a Sunday, or well, technically Sunday night going into Monday. Imagine if that would have happened during daylight hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if that shit would have happened rush hour traffic, evening or morning, pick one. You know how many? That would have been insane. But the simple fact that it was 1 in the morning, not too many cars and stuff was on the bridge. Now, again, reports say that they did get the Mayday call out there, like, yo, we about to hit this bridge. So the state troopers and them was able to, like, stop people from being on the bridge. But you still don't know who was still on the bridge at the time. You don't know. Because they talking about using sonar, going under the water, but they can't see under the water because it's super duper murky. Then you got bridge debris. My thing is this, and I don't mean to be negative or anything like that, but I personally believe that, I mean, not personally believe, because everybody said everybody's dead at this point. They was on the bridge. It fell. Debris fell on them. Boom. Game over. Because outside of that, like, okay, you're falling and the bridge is falling. Where are you going to swim? How are you going to swim and maneuver that? You can't swim and maneuver that shit. It's not like you jumped off the bridge, you landed in the water, you float and you can swim away. Nah, like, tons of bridge along with yourself is falling. I haven't heard reports since then, but what I'm assuming, yeah, man, it ain't good. It ain't good. And it sucks because those dudes was out 1:30 in the morning working and stuff. It's normally the chill part of the shift. Ain't too much traffic going up and down and all of that stuff. Man, you can do your thing, be up, be out, whatever. Now they all gone except for 2 that they said that they saved. So it's super duper sad. And like I said, nobody's trying to be bridge experts or anything like that. But to all of the people who first thoughts is, well, when y'all gonna put the bridge back up? Y'all ain't shit. Go to hell in a handbasket. You know what I'm saying? Because how can that be your first thought? I ride this bridge every day to work. Now you're telling me I got to take a detour? Well, that's not really Baltimore. That's still more of a South type thing. I can do a decent Baltimore accent. It's basically just, you know what I'm saying, two. You know what I'm saying? And mo. Two and mo. Outside of that, I can't really give you Baltimore. I'm sorry. They're not lingo, but it's just weird. But so we supposed to do just drive around? Like, we got to get to work. When y'all gonna get this bridge back up? You know there was people on the bridge that died, right? Like, it ain't no chance. They're gone. Still gotta get to work though. Like, y'all go to hell, because there's something like, it sucks because, like, you could say, well, shit, like what's my man's like Rico said in Paid in Full. Shit, niggas get shot every day, B. Or we can, niggas die every day, B. But it's something to where, like, I think about how some people go out, and they go out in their sleep, so they don't know that they went out, but they went out in their sleep. Or, maybe, they go out in their crib or whatever, pain and then fade to black, whatever, you in your house. You kind of see it coming. But you don't see that coming. Or car accidents playing. But, I mean, car accidents, okay, whatever. But driving along a bridge and the bridge just crumbles and you fall to your demise. God forbid if it was like regular, ground under them, and then they just fell and like Wile E. Coyote, just falling off the cliff, hitting the ground. I don't know which way is worse, to go out that way and it's instant, or go out to where you crash into water and you have a chance, but then you're pretty much in a water coffin. How do you want to go out? Let's put on the poll at the SS Experience. No either begin experience on Twitter or X, however you get down in the streets. Do you want to fall instantly to your death, or do you want to fall to a watery grave? Word to how you want. You guys will get the point. So this is the SS Experience, streamed on the SMG Podcast Network app. Again, rate, review, subscribe, re-rate, re-review, re-subscribe. Got the lighting a little bit better in here today. Actually, I figured out there was like another light setting to make it brighter in here. Got my own little lamp right here, so it's a little bit more bright-ish in here, to say the least. So, what else can we get into real quick? Oh! I don't know why I didn't mention this in the preview, a couple minutes before we started recording. You get that on the audio side, so make sure that you go to Spotify, iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Samsung Podcasts, Amazon Music to get the pre-audio to the podcast. Something that we want to give exclusively to the audio listeners. But Diddy. Did Diddy do it? So I want to know, did Diddy do it? Because what it's looking like right now, the feds ran up in Diddy's cribs. Cribs. Not crib. Cribs. Plural. Like more than one, more than two. They ran up in 3. They ran up in his LA and Miami home. I think they did that like synchronized, which is crazy because like one people's on the West Coast, the other group is on the East Coast. Then they allegedly did New York too. Arrested. Well, okay, they said they detained everybody. But if I can't go nowhere, then you might as well. I guess the only difference between detained and arrest is arrest has paperwork, detained doesn't. Either way, you can't leave until the cop tells you can leave or they release you to whoever. But it's all the same to me. I can't go nowhere. You might as well arrest me. But again, detained is you're being held, which is technically against your will. Arrest, same thing, except arrest, you get like a little bit of paperwork to go along with that. But This Diddy situation is out of freaking control. Super out of control. Because it's like, ever since he cashed out Cassie, man, ever since he cashed that chick out, he has been going through the shits. He has been going through the shits. And we don't know. Like, we can always do the it's not fair and all this other stuff, but we don't know because nothing criminally has happened to Diddy amongst all of this stuff. But again, when the feds raid your crib, that's what it be like. You know what I'm saying? When the feds, you know what I'm saying, pretty much raid your crib. If the video production is well, which I stepped it up a little bit. I put like a little video amongst some stuff real quick. So I stepped it up a little bit. But if we do this video right, now we should see Diddy's crib get raided. All of them. Right now. Even while I'm talking, we can just watch Diddy crib get raided and watch all the people get arrested or detained. King Combs, Christian Combs was one of them. Super duper crazy. Just, it ain't really too much you can say on it because you, like I said, you don't know what the fuck is going on with that. But what I do know is this though. If they get their paperwork right, and Diddy really didn't leave the country, because there was reports that there was a private plane that left Miami right before all of this stuff happened. So it's, like I said, we need to really be, you know, out in these streets doing research, but I'm not a reporter. You know what I mean? I don't get paid to report. I barely get paid to commentate. You know what I'm saying? But I do it anyway. So private jet goes out of town, well, out of the country, obviously. And Diddy's not on it. Some say he was, some say he wasn't on the plane. Because some say that he was in Miami, he was trying to leave, and they didn't let him leave. I don't know. I figured in that type of situation, if you're not going to let Diddy leave, then you should be arresting him. But he didn't. So we're recording on a Wednesday. By the time you get this, won't be too late. We're going to make sure that we get this out to you quick, fast, in a hurry. But with that being said, though, I need to go into X or Twitter, however you get down in these streets. All right, so Sean Combs' G550 aircraft with the registration landed in Antigua on the 25th. I don't know what time zone that is, but it said that it hasn't moved since. This is what I'm saying, guys. Like, Diddy now is being lumped up in drugs now. Young Miami just got, in the documents they have, Young Miami is now being accused of being not a drug mule, but moving pink cocaine for Diddy. Diddy actually did have a drug mule that got caught up at the airport in Miami too. All of Diddy's shit is coming out the closet. And this shit it's scary and it's amazing. It's scary because why now is all of this stuff coming out? Because, again, we're still talking about shit from the 90s, the late 90s, mid 90s. We're still talking about shit from that time period. I feel like, and I want to put this on the poll, at the SS Experience, no either beginning experience on Twitter or X, how you get down in these streets. If a crime happened during the baggy clothes era, should that be the end of statute of limitations? Or should that be the statute of limitation? The baggy clothes era. Because I'm telling you right now, we was making bad decisions during the baggy clothes era. So if you're going to go back and judge us during the baggy clothes era, we're all fucked. Everybody's fucked. Everybody was on some fuck shit during the baggy clothes era. So if it happened pre-Slim Fit era, nah, we're not bringing this to trial. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Half of that shit might not even be in electrical archives. Like, think about it, right? Today, let's say, okay, it's 2024 now. Oh no, let's not even do that. Let's go back in time. Hot take time machine. Let's go back 7 years to 2017. Camera phones were still out. People still was recording everything. That's how we got a lot of the information about people dying and all of that shit. We still, we had, video footage. So people was recording then, 2017. So imagine going 7 years forward that same technology that can pretty much record everything that you have going on, and it just basically snitches everything. So 2017, you could be at a party, something got filmed, it gets put out in the light 7 years later. Okay, let's go to 2007 real quick. You know what I'm saying? Or, yeah, let's go, well, we went back 7 years. So let's go back 10 years to, you know what? No. I said 2007. I'm bugging. 2017 is 7 years. So let's go back. Let's go back to 2007. I probably just messed up the years anyway. But my point is that you would have to go a substantial period of time before the time of people filming everything. Because if I think back to 2007, 2008, that's when I was at Wright State University when this whole radio thing started. I know I was on a chirp, and it wasn't old then, but it was more or less like, how can I say this? Like the chirp, the Nextel chirp or Boost Mobile chirp, however you got down in the chirping streets, was like a thing for about 4 to 5 years. Because I remember I was not able to use mine for about like 2 of those years. So if you go back to 2007, like I said, the Nextel chirps didn't have cameras on them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the newer ones did, but more likely you just had a regular chirp. And I still don't even remember them having cameras. So, okay, boom. So you have the Nextel phone, this is 2007. So you're not really recording anything, because I'd even take it a step back further to give you more of a history lesson real quick. So if you're going back to 2007, so this is before Twitter, before Instagram, and the only thing that you had popping was Facebook. Now, Facebook, you could obviously load messages and stuff like that, but Facebook didn't really get pictures until like a couple of years after that. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't really loading pictures on Facebook. And again, I need to go back and remember, because you know what? I'm capping real quick. Because I do have a lot of pictures from college. And that was 2007, 2008. But it wasn't the time where, you know what it was? Nobody was recording stuff. Like, you could have pictures, but nobody was actively like recording things. And that's the trouble that we get into. Now, you could probably have there's a picture right now of Diddy and R. Kelly at a party. But it's just a picture. No video, just a picture. And that's kind of like the point that I'm bringing up. There's no video went down on that party. Now, if everybody's being on their creepy stuff now, they're like, oh man, R. Kelly, Diddy at a party, take that. But we don't know. Age is nothing but a number. And I'm just giving a whole bunch of Diddy, R. Kelly lines real quick. So nobody knows what happens from a picture. So going back to the whole thing about Diddy and going back in time to pick out stuff in history, if it wasn't on camera, or if it was during the baggy clothes era, we ain't trying to hear about that shit. Because you had, and again, it's insensitive, but it's real. You had plenty enough time to take this man down. But you couldn't take him down while he was Puffy Combs, Puff Daddy and all them. Because he was still popping. He was too powerful. See, now you wait for the greats to be old and not as relevant, without his juice. Going back to Bill Cosby. You wait for Bill Cosby to be old as shit to bring up all of this stuff. But you ain't bring it up when he was primetime Cosby. Because primetime Cosby was the 90s. Y'all brought up shit from the 60s, the 70s. So y'all had 20 years until, but you ain't gonna take down America's dad. Hell nah. But you still had time after. You still ain't take him down. Diddy, same thing. Y'all bringing up all of this shit about 90s, 2000s parties. Bad Boy had a hard stretch in the 2000s. He may have had like a couple of acts here or there, but they wasn't Bad Boy like the 90s. Know what I'm saying? You could have took him down then. You didn't. All of the greats are being taken down, excuse me, towards the end when they can't really fight back. You know that they got money accumulated up, but you know that they can't fight back. They don't have the social cachet to fight back. They don't have the machine backing them up for them to fight back. So that's when you can come through with all your lawsuits and all this other stuff. And it's a different time and a different generation where if you think about, like I said, if you brung up the Diddy shit while Diddy was popping, I give you another example. And again, I hate to go back and give examples. The Boondocks episode. Y'all remember the Boondocks episode, the R. Kelly episode, where everybody was at the picket line, you know what I'm saying? Free R. Kelly, R. Kelly's not, you know what I'm saying? All of this stuff, riding for R. Kelly. That was during R. Kelly's prime. You know what I'm saying? The sex tape, the charge me I'm not guilty, that was all during R. Kelly's prime. And nothing happened. He went to court and everything. Nothing happened. So I say all of that to mention about the timing of everything. And I think the timing just sucks for all of this shit. I thought Diddy got away. I thought Diddy just hopped on a jet, pew, and was out. Guess not. You know what I'm saying? He's here. And if Diddy is still here, Diddy need to get the fuck up out of here, bro. Cause they coming. You seen the writings on the wall. They're coming. And I really hope Diddy had got away, but he didn't. So this is the SS Experience. The pod, I guess it might just be a solo pod. I didn't want it to be a solo pod. I hate for it to be a solo pod on a Wednesday, but it looked like it might have to be a solo pod nonetheless. But either way, a pod is a pod, and a pod isn't a pod without the sponsor. And speaking of the sponsor, I'm talking about EJ Warriors Karate Academy. Their community event went real well, but we got to get to the business. The dojo, EJ Warriors Karate Academy, is a real good dojo. And to get information about the dojo, I need you to text Sensei EJ, SENSEI-EJ, to 614-999-6361. Several payment options are available to participate in the dojo for his spring and summer camps, classes. It all goes down. Get the information on his IG at EJ Warriors Karate Academy. Again, on IG, because I did say get the information on his IG. EJ Warriors Karate Academy. And check out his documentaries, too, on Tubi. Two real great documentaries. EJ Warriors Part 1, which is a 10-time award-winning documentary, and EJ Warriors Part 2, which is a 7-time award-winning documentary. Make sure that you check out both of those documentaries. Support the people who support us, and that's EJ Warriors Karate Academy. And again, text Sensei EJ, SENSEI-EJ, to 614-999-6361. Columbus, Ohio. Support the people who support us. Pull up on the dojo, get karate lessons for yourself, the kids, and everybody. It'll be real dope. Definitely appreciate that. All right, guys. Normally we do 40 to 45 minutes, but the Wednesday pod is supposed to be a group pod, but we got sponsors, we got responsibilities, and we fulfilled them. So Friday, we are trying to have a guest, but the guests they're trying to reschedule because I have a lot of sports guests because of March Madness. And, so a lot of people want to, speak to me close to the Final Four. So we'll definitely have to set that up right there. And I wanted 3-2 to talk about this beef between is Drake and Future, is Drake and Kendrick and Cole. It's a lot of rap beef that's going on, and normally I would like to get into it a little bit, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let me give the people their 40 to 45 minutes of their audio listening pleasure. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. All right, so Future on a song, Let's go to it real quick. Karuchi, I love your feet, by the way. Just had to let you know that. I haven't subscribed yet, but I've been seeing the little pictures that you've been putting on IG, and she's been actually good to my YouTube channel, by the way. Talking about Karuchi's OnlyFans, good for business. Karuchi, I love your feet. I'm not a feet person, but if we get money off of this, I'll kiss your feet. Because she got pretty feet, by the way. Nice little Asian feet. I love it. All right, so let's go to this song real quick. So Future on a song, him and Metro Boomin got some new heat out. It's pretty fire, by the way. They was on a song, and I'm about to try to pull it up real quick in my history real quick, because I be streaming everything on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, rate, review, subscribe, by the way. Re-rate, re-review, subscribe. Definitely want to get the subscribers up. We definitely need to hit 500 subscribers, like, immediately. But in the meantime, though, let's get back to my history real quick. Okay. Ooh, Friend or Foe. Love that track, by the way. Oh, was it on this channel that I was watching that on? All right, so anyway, so let's go ahead and pull up another joint real quick. So Future was on a song with okay, here we go. He was on a song with Kendrick called Like That. And on the song, Kendrick dissed Cole and Drake. Because on Cole and Drake's song, the joint where he starts off with first person shooter. We play it on the radio all the time, by the way. And, you know, Cole says that Drake, him, and Kendrick are the big three. So it was a nice punchline. It was a nice line to, you know, bring unity to everybody. You know, Drake's cool with it. Like, okay, I'm in the big three. Yeah, cool. Kendrick wasn't for that shit, like, whatsoever. And burnt that motherfucker down with Future and Metro Boomin. And that's music. That's just Kendrick like, bro, y'all not better than me. Like, why do y'all think this? Drake has the leg because he has the sales and he has the streams. Okay, cool. It's like Jordan and rings. You can't, or I don't want to put him in that case because that's Jay-Z. It's like LeBron and stats. Like, okay, LeBron, you've been in the league for 21 plus years, 21 years, 20 plus years. We're not going to compete with your number of assists, your career number of points, your career number of this, and that. You have 21 years of those career numbers. So your stat pattern, we can't do that. And that's the same thing with Drake with streams. If Drake comes through, like, I got more streams, okay, you stat pattern. It's not your fault, but your stat pattern. Nobody's talking about that. We're talking about song quality, lyrics, bars, and all this other stuff. And when you talk about lyrics, song quality, bars, and all of that, Kendrick feels like he's better than Cole and Drake. Cole and Kendrick, okay, you could toss up whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're both the same rapper to me. Real dope lyricists, but they're not really giving you too much commercial stuff. You may try to force a song to be commercial, but it's not really commercial-ish type stuff like that. You're not dancing to Be Humble in the club. You can bop to it between like a song transition, but you're not, Be Humble is not that. J. Cole music, we all know, is not that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So it's music. That's strictly music. That's not street shit. That's music. Now, what is street shit, and it's not street shit like street gangster shit, it's just outside of music in the street shit. Future and Drake is beefing over a bitch. Yep. Beefing over a female. Now, that's like, come on, guys. Drake, Future, why are we beefing over women? Like, why are we doing this? Like, y'all two, I can imagine the way that y'all carry themselves and the way that, I say the way that you carry yourselves because I've heard women clown y'all too, but the women clowning y'all doesn't matter in comparison to the women that are willing to give it up to y'all. So why are y'all beefing over a bitch? Like really, what are we doing? Like, why are we beefing over a bitch? Now, I would think, going back to music, that Future might be beefing with Drake because Drake did a collab album with 21 Savage too. So he's kind of like, dang, so you're just going to come to Atlanta and do collaboration project with all the Atlanta niggas type shit? Because him and Future did it first, and it was kind of like, okay, that's our thing. But now it's like, you're going to go over here to my, You know what I'm saying? Let's just put it like this with females, because they're beefing with a female. I'm fucking with a female, and I'm thinking we vibing, we having a good time or whatever. Not no sucker for love type shit, but we cool. You go holler at my mans and you do pretty much the same exact thing. The moment doesn't feel as special. Like, forget all the sap shit. The moment doesn't feel as special because you did the same thing with somebody else. So I would think that would be the future Drake beef. Nah, it's over a bitch. It's over some bitches or a bitch, bad bitch, maybe. You know they type. You know what I'm saying? Probably a bad foreign, light skin, BBL. You know what I'm saying? Looking chick or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe with the Kim Kardashian package, because you know that's a popular thing to have right now. The Kim Kardashian package, something along those lines. But Drake, Future, if y'all beefing over a bitch, y'all need to dead that shit. Y'all want to, and even on music, it's like, come on, man, we need that Future Drake music, man. Like, that Future Drake collab music, the album, What a Time to Be Alive, and all of the songs that they do together is super duper fire. We cannot let a bitch fuck up the Drake and Future vibes and energy, because when they came up, now, I mean, we're all around the same age, but they're late bloomers. At least Future's a late bloomer. You know what I'm saying? By the time Future came out, the average person would have told him, nigga, you need, man, get your ass back in the trap. Or fuck all that trap rap shit, man. Go get a job. But again, that goes back into persistence and, you know, doing what you love and not listening to the neighbors. My point in saying all of that is that Cats is too, not Cats are too, oh, I'm sorry, that's a whole nother point. My point is that it's not too much hip hop music that I consume. Right? Because I believe hip hop is a young man's sport. The energy, the vibes, the lyrics, everything is a young man's sport. Because I was talking to one of my coworkers, and we were talking about, you know, I was asking her because she kind of got like that Spanish vibe or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like she like she like nigga shit, but she's not one of us. But she may be one of us, but she may be mixed or whatever. But I just wanted to just check the temperature. You like rap music? She's like, yeah, I like rap music. I listen to more old school rap music. So it's, for me, when I listen to old school rap music, it brings me back to a time that I know that we're nowhere near. And it makes me feel old as shit. And when I listen to new rap and they talk about their new shit, it's like, I understand it, I get it, but it's just past my time. So I can't listen to it. So that's why I don't really consume too much rap music. I can do R&B all day, but I don't really consume too much rap. I'm saying all of that to say, with Future and Drake, those collabs bring me back because it's not as kiddie, but it's more adultish type shit. Like, we all trying to get a bitch. We can all ride around and listen to that. You know what I'm saying? We all trying to get a bitch. I ain't really trying to hear about work in the trap, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't in that life no more. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to influence me like, man, let me go ahead and get my scale out real quick and get back to the block, man. Hey, I'm back. Nah, ain't nobody trying to do all that shit. So we not about to let a bitch stop us from having Future and Drake music. You know what I'm saying? Future, Drake, get over that shit. You know what I'm saying? Go to the strip club, get y'all some hoes, and let's dead that shit. Now, as far as Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, or at least Drake and Kendrick, because Cole's like, whatever, I don't care. I don't know. Like, y'all want to go at it? Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Let's get it. But we know that it's just going to be music. It's not in the streets. It's not like a East Coast, West Coast, US, Canada type situation. It's going to be basically all music. And we're going to see how, you know, Drake feels about it, because he did it on the Future song. You and Future already not getting along. And let's just see how it goes. Because the big three, Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, maybe. But again, I think, you know what? The only reason I don't want to put them in the big three, because in my humble opinion, I feel like Rick Ross has something to say about that. No cap. I feel like Rick Ross has a huge case about that because, and again, I know we went a little bit over the 40, but we close to the 45, so give me this 2 minutes. If you said verse battle, Ross, Kendrick, who do you think will win? If you said Ross, Cole, who do you think will win? I think the huge consensus would say Ross would win those. Now, again, if you're a Kendrick and a Cole fan person, okay, cool. Just like I'm more of a Ross fan person, but I can still be objective. Let's just leave it there. A Ross Drake is the one. A Ross Drake. So I'll put this on a poll at the SS Experience, no Either Beginning Experience. Should Rick Ross be in the big three? And obviously, you would have to kick one out of the big three. So let's put down the poll. Should Ross be in the big three? If yes, who are you kicking out? So we may have enough slots to make that work. But so it should be no, and then maybe I might can have yeah. So I think we can actually make that the options be no, he shouldn't be. Yes, kick out Drake. Yes, kick out Cole. Yes, kick out Kendrick. Okay, so we might actually make that poll work because when I heard them say that they the big three, I'm like, okay, hold on. There has to be some other rappers that can qualify in this conversation. Like I said, the only thing I can think of off the top of my head is Ross to be in that echelon of big three. Future, probably not so much. Like, Future may be like top 10 of today, because that's what the big three is. The big three is of today, not the big three of all time. It's not the Mount Rushmore, which would be 4. It's just, the big three, new shit. But we'll tap into that a little bit more once, more disses and more stuff goes out, and we'll go ahead and make that thing happen right there. But this is the SS Experience. Again, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe. We're trying to, I'm a level with you. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers so we can actually start making money off of this YouTube channel. So that's why I keep saying for every 100 subscribers that we do get, we're going to give away $100. We're willing to put that money and that energy out there. So I guess let me look at the camera real quick because I'm looking at the screen but not the camera. We're giving away $100 for every 100 subscribers we have on YouTube. So if you please click that button that's right there somewhere I'm trying to look at you, but somewhere along here, if you hit that subscribe button, we really would appreciate that because we're trying to monetize this bitch. And for us trying to monetize this bitch, we're going to give some money to you. So look out for your boy, all right? The SS Experience. Rate, review, subscribe, re-rate, re-review, resubscribe. We appreciate the love. We appreciate all 11 of you. We went from 5 to 8 to 10 to 11. So we're slowly moving and grooving. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is the SS Experience. I holla. Easy.
You're listening to the SS Experience on SMG.